and welcome to another FTx webinar. FTx webinars are held weekly on Fridays at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. To get to the webinar, we can go to the FTx website at goftx.com. We will go to FTx Lifeline. About halfway down the page, we have webinar. From here, we can view previous webinars. We can register for upcoming webinars. And we also have where you can subscribe to get notified when we have new webinars coming out. All right, today's webinar, we are going to be going over price list, promotions, and terms in the warehouse. So let's get started. And in warehouse, we will go to the item maintenance tab. And first thing we're going to do is we're going to look at price list. So basically what a price list is, this is a way that you set your pricing for your accounts. This is done by setting a price list and a price type for each product line. And then you assign a product list to, you assign a price list to a product line. And then from that, you also assign the price list to the account group, which is how your customers get the pricing. So let's just jump right in with price lists. As you can see, I have a default and I have a FTx stores already set up. To add a new price list, we just hit add, enter the name, and OK. Since I have these set up, I'm just going to use these. So I highlight the price list I want to edit. I'll click on edit. As you can see, I have my different product lines here. And then I have a price type for each. Since this is FTx stores, I've got everything set to sell at cost. So the other options that we have are use default price. So in using the default price, what that is going to do is whatever the default price is here is what we're going to use for the item. So for example, this particular item, the default price is 53, might as well say 24. So this is what price would be used for when we use default pricing. Okay, the next price type that we have is a flat price. This means I can set all my cigarettes to a certain price. So say if I wanted to set all cigarettes to $40, I would put in 40 as my price value. And so anything that's in the product line of cigarettes would then be $40. I can do a margin. Say if I wanted to have a 6% margin. I'd put in my value. And I would base my margin either off my manufacturer list cost or my last cost. I'm going to leave it as manufacturer list cost. And so if I was to save this, you can see it now says margin. My price value is 6, so 6% is going to be my margin. I can do a markup or a percent discount. So this is either going to be a percentage markup or a percentage discount. Again, these will be based off the manufacturer list cost or the last cost. I can add or subtract a dollar amount. So what this is going to do is this is going to add or subtract from the default price. And that would then be the cost for that account. I can sell at cost. And then I can set that either based off of my last cost or my manufacturer list cost. So I'm not making a profit, I'm just selling at what I paid for it. Then we have the add dollar and markup, and then we have add dollar and markup with tax. What this will do is it's going to take your manufacturer list cost It's going to add your tax with this particular one. Then it's going to add a percentage markup and then add a dollar amount. So if I had to do, say, a 5% markup and I wanted to then add, say, 20 cents. Some states do require items to be set up this way, especially like cigarettes and things of that nature. The only difference between that one and the add dollar and markup is this one adds the tax in before doing the markup and the dollar, whereas this one will add the dollar amount and the markup and then tax. All right, so once we have our price list created, we would then go to our account groups. As you see, I have a default and a Fast Track Store account group. So when you're adding a new account group, you'd hit add, of course, and then you'd put in your group name, and then you set your price list from this section here. Then any account that I put under this account group would then be associated with whichever price list I select. Okay, the next thing we want to look at is promotions and terms. These are going to be similar to what we have in retail, as far as a promotion would be similar to a buy down in retail, and terms would be similar to a system discount. Meaning a promotion is going to be vendor funded, whereas terms is going to be one that you actually supply. You're not getting a kickback from your vendor or anything. You're just supplying a discount to your customers. We'll start with promotions. To add a promotion, we would just hit add, and we'd fill out this information. I'm actually going to use one that I already have generated here. So my full price cigarettes. Basically, when I tell it to add, I'm going to put in a name. Then I decide if I'm going to use a dollar off or if I'm going to do an override price. Dollar off is just that. I'm subtracting X amount of dollars off of this price. In this case right now I have $2.50 off. If I do an override, you notice it changes to price here. That means that I am going to set everything to a certain amount. Right now I'd be setting everything to $2.50 that I put into this promotion if I use the override. I'm going back to the dollar off, so I'm giving a $2.50 discount. You set your start date and your end date. You can put the manufacturer here and any notes that you'd like to use here. We do also have the option to use tiers. Once you click use tiers, you notice manage tiers appear down here at the bottom, which then you can go in and add a tier, which would be tier start would be 1 to say 3. And how much of a discount are they getting with that amount? We'll say they get $1. Then you could do another tier that's say from 4 to 6. They get $1.50, and so forth. This is just a way to set up to where the more your customers buy from you, the more of a discount they get. All right, but once we have our information entered, we'd hit save. Then we want to add items to our promotion. So we go to items and promo. As you can see, I do not have anything here, but I can type in an item number. If I don't know the item number, I can hit find, and I can search by description, UPC. UPC can put in certain numbers in there, and whatever UPCs come up with that in it will pull up, or by vendor part. So for example, I can type in a number, and just hit enter, and I've added that one item. I'll continue to do that until I have all the items in here that I want to add. I can actually remove an item if I made a mistake and added one I shouldn't have. I can remove it, or I can remove everything from the promotion. The easier way to actually add items in here would be go to the mass updates. And I'm going to go to my full price cigarettes. I filtered to the 288 full price cigarettes that I have. I'm going to utilities. And under add to promotion, I can select which promotion I want to add to. In this case, I want to do full price cigarettes. I hit add. It tells me it finished adding them. So now if I go back to my promotions, click items in promo, there's all the items I just added. To add an account, I can select an individual account and just tell it add that account. I can do it by an account group, or I can add all of my accounts at one time. And again, just like with items, if I made a mistake and put in an account I did not want to put into this promotion, I can select them, tell it to remove the account. All right, next we have terms. Terms are pretty much set up the same way as a promotion. And again, this is going to be a discount that you are giving to your customers. Again, you would do add, and you would fill out this information. I'm going to use the one that I have here called test. So I named it test, and I put in, I'm doing $1 off for the discount. I can do $1 off, or I can do a % off. I'm going to leave it as just $1 off instead of doing a %. Again, I would do start date and end date, any notes that I want to add to it, and then I would save. All right, items are entered in the same way. I can do one item at a time, or again, I can go to mass updates, and I have add to terms. I can do test. That now adds all of those to my terms. All right, and under accounts, we will do this the same way. I'm just going to hit add all. I added both the accounts I have created so far. All right, to show you how this looks when you actually do an order, if I go into my order screen, I'm going to tell it to do a new order. I'm going to select my account. I'm going to add an item. Once I get the item added, I will go ahead and pick it and fill it. Tell it to add. I'm going to pick the order, fill. All right, so I'm going to tell it to print invoice format. All right, we can see the item that I've entered, what the cost is. It's $49.99. Then I have a promotions column, full price cigarettes. $2.50 was my discount. So my adjusted cost is now $47.49. So there's my subtotal of $47.49. Then I had this as a term of $1 off. So my grand total on this one is $46.49. So promotions will actually show on the line item with the item. And then terms is just added up. So if I had 5 items that are all in the terms discount, then I would have terms that would say $5 here. So that pretty much covers doing price list, promotions, and terms in Warehouse. I hope you learned something today. And again, as with all other webinars, they are posted to the website, so you can go back and view webinars that you have missed, or Register for upcoming webinars. Again, to get there is goftx.com. Into FTx Lifeline. Into webinar. And if there's a webinar that you see that's coming up that you'd like to go ahead and register for, you can tell it register now. You'd be registered to view the next webinar when it comes out. And again, webinars are done at 9 a.m. Central, 10 a.m. Eastern on Fridays every week. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.